Get across what I'm trying to say to you.
If I was to tell you a wee story, and I said, for this story, I want you to imagine a house. To see a house clearly inside your head. Think of the inside, the rooms, the corridors, the boxes, books, nooks and crannies, and so on and so forth. With all that detail, all of you will be imagining something completely different, but which is cool. It's ideal, actually. It's the way it should be. What I want us to try to do now is to imagine together the same house, but appreciate that we will see it differently. Imagine the place in the house where you sit together, congregate, feet up, night in, carry out, the soft sepia glow of the telly lighting up your wee carry-on, cozy up, curry in, catch up and tune in to occasional glimmers of your reflection staring back at you, the big light exposing the habits steeped in your nature, content consumer and culture creator, all self-deprecating and overindulgent with your household names and your home comforts. Imagine eating on your lap, lapping up the game where you shout, "Who are you? Who are you?" And that sews together the very fabric of your being, where you were born, how you were brought up, everything in between. Imagine the room where you have a laugh, a natter, wind down and fired up with hunters a patter, defining a common language that transcends a generational gap. Imagine the place where the mundane is a ritual, sitting side by side the religion and the mantelpiece a vigil, where you enshrine the keepsakes of the things you hold close, fondly deferred to fill up and console you, passed down, cherished to preserve and hold you. Should you momentarily forget who you are and what you're about. Imagine the busiest room of the house, where family members enter periodically like a revolving door, and it's always chock-a-block at gatherings, taking up space with big chat about big things, as if the world's about to end, face up close, bated breath, relishing in your mutual support, solidarity, the chips on your shoulders and your underdog status, your uncompromising attitudes, and the stories that make us. Imagine the bedrooms where you scurry away for a wee bit of quiet because your house is becoming a bit of a riot, and you shut out the weight of the world closing in, where you're free to be your no-nonsense, uncompromising self, where facades and expectations are left on the shelf. Because in this house, everyone should have a space to breathe, where the walls are plastered with the folded edges of what you believe. See this house you're imagining? We are all imagining it too, all the time. Some of you, when you stand back, hands on hips admiring, will be convinced that the view from where you're standing is reciprocated by everyone else. But maybe, if you cut this house in half to reveal its cross-sections, you'd discover a network of passageways and channels you'd never noticed before, not because you weren't looking, but because it's hard to see everything all at once. Now I want us to imagine that somehow we all live in this house, and it's safe to rub shoulders, shake hands, hug each other till we're breathless, and we're having a party. No, an empty. Because when we're all together at this party, one day not too far away, talking, drinking, eating and setting the world to rights, in the wee hours shoulder to shoulder discussing our plights, in the midst of those snippets of lively debate, we'll admit when we're wrong, embrace our mistakes, and sing loud and clear that your seat at the table isn't judged by some simplified self-definition, some half-cooked, diluted, superficial recognition. And accepting this rawness can be a hard pill to swallow, but without the rich flavours of experience, this house becomes hollow. And let us not forget that the space where we hang the pride of our past is too often wallpapering over the cracks we have tried to mask. The darkness of the mistakes steeped in our design that we deny are real as we attempt to conceal that our house threatens to crumble under our resistance to not see it as it is, but as what we imagine. It's our house. It's fluid and unfixed. It shifts with the tides. It's not a museum relic or a 3D animated blueprint model that hides our doubt, our trial and error, where we fall short. And we won't let being locked up, locked in, and locked down distort that building walls around ourselves for safety can't separate us entirely. We're pals. Let us imagine that our corridors hold a continuum from past to present that doesn't differentiate between the view from where you and I are standing, so that our views can fit together, merge and intertwine, and thread a vibrant tapestry that we hang up across our doorway. Let us all stand back and feel just a wee bit proud, you know? So I want you to think again of a house, to see a house clearly inside your head. Tell me, what are you imagining now?